This is my campsite at Black Springs Off Highway Vehicle Campground in the Stanislaus National Forest. Okay. It's totally awesome. High Sierra view of everything. There's lakes all around here. This is off the 4 freeway. There's only 8 campsites, right? Check it out. 8 campsites. They're not totally level, but you can level them with your levelers fast. And there's cords of wood all over the place. Where I don't know if they were logging or what, but they cut up the wood and they just put it here for us to burn. And I'm the only one in the whole campsite. Look, there's some over there. Look at this place. Totally get you right across the road from a bathroom, and then all the other sites are empty. But they're huge because they're made for people with toy haulers coming in here with ATVs and stuff. And it's only $15 a night, and $5 for an extra vehicle. So I was filling that out, and I noticed it said for the 3rd vehicle you're allowed to have 2 vehicles per campsite, and they don't count the toy that you're riding, like the motorcycle, as a vehicle. So it was just $15. And look at the wood over there. All that wood. There's wood there and wood down there and wood up here. There's miles and miles of off-road trails to ride with the bike. And I'm at 6,500 feet. It was 61 degrees today, you know, in the middle of May, 16th of May. But you know, in the middle of the summer, it could be up in the 70s, man. This place gets snowed in the winter. It's on the Ebbets Pass. See all that wood over there? And wood there. There's some up behind me too. Have some barbecue steak tonight. Up there I have a camp table and a bear locker and a big fire ring. Potato in the microwave, baked potato, and got my special herbs and spices on my steak, and marinating in my special Worcestershire. Springs Road right now. I don't know, just a couple miles from the campground where I'm at, and I wanted to show you the dispersed camping sites. Check this out. There's a fire pit there, table. It's mostly level. It's all free here. So I was thinking I got a good deal, you know, $15 a night, $7 a night after I turned 62. But this is free, and there's another one down here. I rode all the way up this road a ways. It's just pretty much more of the same. campsite. It says it right on the stake they had in the ground right there. Oh, this is pretty nice. Fire pit, table, big round pull through. Pretty level. You can find a place that was just as level, if not more, than the one I had in the campground. And then there's a big valley there. Vistas. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, there's like pool in there too. Look at how close this is to the staging area for the off-road riding. They don't have any maps telling you where it goes or what the difficulty level is or anything. I just gotta go figure it out. Barbed wire right there. The only thing is about going where I've never been before and going back very far is if I come up on something unexpected and go down and maybe break a leg or arm or, anything, there's no one else up here riding. And so they might not find me for a long time. So I've kind of got that in mind. Anyway, look. This is the campground. It's Sunday in the morning. There's no one here. No one, not a soul. And it was, as you could see, just when I was doing the ride, that there's no one dispersed camping on the forest roads. So it's kind of like you better be careful when you're out there, because if you crash, God knows when someone's going to come by. Hey. One thing I wanted to tell you about the other night, second night I was here, I was cruising down 4, back down towards Angels Camp and Arnold and all those places. Anyway, there was this section that was this long section where you could see a long ways ahead on the straightaway, and there was like deer that had come out of both sides of the woods, and they were like dancing. It was really trippy. It looked like they were dancing on the pavement, you know. So as I got closer, I slowed down real slow, and I just honked my horn a bunch of times, and they split, but to each side of the road. And then when I came back, they were in the same place doing the same thing. It was funny, but there was another place where there was a bunch of deer in the road that was just before that, closer to the campsite. And between the two, I went around a corner where it was like a steep drop off on the left side, and like on the right it was like the mountain, and there was a wolf, and I never saw a wolf before, but this it looked like, you know, long haired husky or something, but twice, three times the size. It was like almost like cartoonish how large it was, because I never seen a dog that big before. So but it was definitely a wolf, and it wasn't in any hurry to get off the road. It just went across real slow and then jumped over the little guardrail and went down the ravine, and then around the next bend was that long straightaway with all those deer. So I don't know, they were probably circling them because I didn't see any other wolves. But that's cool. That's very cool. The only thing I haven't seen now is a mountain lion, which I'm in no hurry to see, and a Sasquatch, which I was trying to see at one time, but got close enough to know that that if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, it's nice up here. It's really where the 4 is it's between, okay, after the 120 that goes through Yosemite from Mono Lake to over to Yosemite Valley. There's one more pass, the Sonora Pass, which I've done before in the truck camper, and then the 4, which goes over Ebbets Pass. Then north of that is the Tahoe area. There's like an 89 and the 50 that kind of go up there and link up and stuff and go over the top. But there's some man-made settlements up there from it growing out from Tahoe, and now I've been over all the Sierra passes, which is really cool. Another thing that's cool about this campsite is it's hard to see. Maybe I'll have to get another thing. See where those 3 signs are. There's a hole on the post for the sign in the middle one. Woodpeckers live in there. 2 grown woodpeckers fly back and forth and go in and out of it, and they've got a nest in there. There's probably babies in there, but I don't want to go mess with them and get too close. But I'll try to get some pictures before I leave. When I went further up that road that I showed you guys, there was snow. You know, when you got to the side that didn't get a lot of sun, there was still a lot of snow. There was enough snow to block some of the road. So I got up here as early as you'd want to, like mid-May.